Now, the powerful hurricane, or cyclone as it's called in this part of the world, is getting ever closer to Mozambique. Both Mozambique and Malawi are gearing up for dangerously high seas, extreme flooding and winds and storm surges. Cyclone Idai has already wreaked havoc since its inception on the 9th of March. Scores have been killed, tens of thousands displaced by flooding over the last week or so. Now it's expected to hit land near Beria, Mozambique, between 9 o'clock tonight, so it may be hitting or already be there, or it could be any time until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Charity foundation Gift of the Givers says it's on high alert and will respond depending on the degree of devastation. To discuss, we're joined by the founder of Gift of the Givers, Dr. Imtiaz Sooliman, from our Durban studio. Imtiaz, thank you. What are you hearing about the situation now?
Well, they say, hello, good evening, Francis. They said the storm is getting stronger. They can feel the effects in the town. They can already see flooding coming in, and the intensity of the storm is increasing. It was 160 kilometers, 175. It's past 180 at the moment, and they're expecting a major surge in water in Beria itself and in the Pungwe River, and they're expecting it somewhere around tonight. And they say it should be about 60 kilometers outside Beria.
All right, so it could hit land at any moment. You've said you will wait for the government there to call for assistance. Is that how it usually works?
Yes, Gift of the Givers never responds to any international disaster without a call being made, a call for international assistance being made by the head of state. And Mozambique is notorious. If you try to get inside there without permission, without them calling for assistance, they won't allow you in. And that's only fair to them because it gives them, they have the capacity to deal with the situation themselves. And they've done it so many times over. But Gift of the Givers has a good relationship with Mozambique. We've been there in 2000, in 2001, in 2006, and in 2013. We already engaged the embassy this afternoon, and the head of disaster for Mozambique is already talking to us. She knows us, she's worked with us before. And we said, look, we understand how you guys operate. This one, we're expecting it to be very, very big. If you need assistance, we are on standby. We can come, but we'll wait for your call and for your permission.
You say this is your largest water rescue preparation in your entire history, in 26 years. So you're talking about boats to go in, a plane to save people who would drown otherwise.
Yes, look, Gift of the Givers has been evolving from its inception in 1992. First, it was only food and medicine and blankets. Then we came to primary health care teams and then trauma teams in terms of medicine. Then in the Haiti earthquake, we had our own search and rescue team. We never had that much boats before. In our evolution, water rescue has become a big thing now. We have our own boats. We have our own highly skilled personnel who do all type of aquatic rescue. And why it's so big, we've got 22 4x4s offered to us by companies in South Africa. We have power boats, 10 of them. We have 4 jet skis, we have 14 two-man non-motorized boats, and we have a plane offered to us. There's a possibility of a helicopter. But the team is already 70 personnel, all highly skilled in water rescue. And normally, when we go to disaster zones, the team is between 60 and 70, but that includes a large component of medical personnel, the media, and search and rescue. Here, this rescue team alone is 70 personnel, and the list is growing. More and more people want to come. And the reason why we've put up such a big team is, if the cyclone is so disastrous, you can't wait to take 5 people and 6 people to try to save a whole lot of people in 10 days' time. They'll all be dead. You have to do it immediately, and that's why a big team, faster and quickly, in case people get into trouble.
So we've been showing visuals of Malawi just today and this week. There's already been flooding, but things could get a lot worse. When we say winds of 190 kilometers per hour and dangerous high seas, what sort of devastation are we looking at here?
Before I go to that, Malawi, I think, seems to be a bit fortunate. It looks like the cyclone has turned away from Malawi. It's heading more towards Zimbabwe. But to answer your question, that high winds, of course, the biggest risk is water from the rain itself and from the cyclone, and the sea surge also takes a lot of life when the water comes in because of the sea. Then you have the destruction, depending, of course, power lines, roads, and then houses and buildings. Depending on the quality of construction of the buildings in the area that the cyclone hits, you have lots of disaster or lots of injuries from corrugated sheeting, fallen buildings, vehicles being tossed around, People have caught, in between trees. So there's destruction because of big items falling on people. Very similar to an earthquake, but not as destructive as an earthquake. But you do get injuries. Of course, the biggest loss of life in 95% is through drowning because of the water.
And this is so sad, and the history is not good. You said you've been there several times before. We know that Cyclone Idai hit in 2000. That left 350 people dead. Could it be that bad again?
From what the hydrologists and geologists are telling us, when the worst of one of the hydrologists is, if the storm picks up in intensity, it's something catastrophic that man has never known. Those were the words that were used. So let's hope it doesn't get a Category 6 storm. Well, already it's Category 3. It's expecting to go to Category 4, and it is going to cause severe destruction. But once again, Mozambique has been very, very good in dealing with cyclones. They are always ready up front. They move the people up front to high ground. But this time the higher ground has to be much, much higher, because the surge of water, both from the sea and the land, is expected to be several meters high. So the higher ground people get to, the safer it's going to be for them. But sometimes, unfortunately, a small stream becomes a raging river overnight or in a couple of seconds, depending on the amount of water carried in the cyclone. And of course, the other damage could be from damage to buildings and buildings falling on people. But let's hope it's nothing too catastrophic. But if it's big, the faster we go in, the faster we can save lives.
Right, so we hope and pray those lives will be saved due to those precautions. Thank you. That was the founder of Gift of the Givers, Dr. Imtiaz Sooliman. They are standing by in case there is a call, but preparing for a very big water rescue.